580 Orlando, a Cox Media Group station.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm John Brickley. It's the age-old question in sports. What wins out, defense or offense? Thunder and Pelicans showcase that debate coming up on ESPN. OKC and NBA best 17-4 since an 0-4 start. Raptors and Warriors to follow in the 10 p.m. hour. Toronto owns the best record at 22-7. But what really matters is what Kawhi Leonard is thinking, Brian Windhorst.
I don't know if Kawhi meshes with anybody personality-wise. He's one of the most unique stars I've ever spoken to. I've spoken to him a couple of times, but he's very hard to get a read on. Very, very hard. I don't know where their personal relationship is. I know that a couple of years ago, Durant said in an interview that he sort of saw Kawhi as a system player. And I know that upset Kawhi, but I don't know enough about Kawhi to know whether that's something he would carry for years or whether he would forget about it in 5 minutes. He's a very hard guy to know.
Windhorst, a guest on the Will Cain Show on ESPN Radio. Celtics and Wizards closing in on the end of the first half. Wizards have an 8-point lead. Meanwhile, the Pacers and the Bucks. Indiana getting back Victor Oladipo after missing 10 games with a knee injury. A 10-point lead for Indiana in the second. NFL, Lamar Jackson will remain the Ravens starting quarterback with Joe Flacco serving as the backup. Concerns on the health of the Eagles' Carson Wentz. Missed practice due to soreness and tightness in his back, and a possibility of him not playing Sunday against the Rams, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Baseball winter meetings, as first reported by MLB.com. Lance Lynn and the Rangers agree on a 3-year, $30 million deal.
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 7 Michigan, number 10 Florida. Coverage begins Saturday, December 29th, 11:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your... Give me a hell yeah!
Hard-hitting.
What?
Compelling interviews.
What?
Spot-on predictions.
What?
Statistical analysis.
What? Huh? What?
Okay, so they're none of that. But definitely laying the audio smackdown. It's Wrestling Wednesday on the Kevin Sutton Show.
Yes, you heard it right, baby. Hello and welcome to the Kevin Sutton Show, Wrestling Wednesday on ESPN 580 Orlando. I'm Dr. Phil. I'll be holding it down while Kevin and Myra are out saving the world. But please, guys, hey, don't forget to like us on all social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all under the username Kevin Sutton Show. And don't forget to download our podcast. That's well over 400 episodes at your fingertips right now. That's on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Podcasts, anywhere where podcasts are available. Hey, say, hey, Alexa, play Kevin Sutton Show. We even are on that as well. But man, it is Wednesday. That is my favorite day of the week because it is Wrestling Wednesday. You can never get too much wrestling. Of course you can, but no, I'm lying. You can never get too much wrestling. But today in the studio, some say this man's big toe is smaller than his pinky toe. Nikki Football.
That is not true.
That
I don't know how I'd be able to balance.
Can you balance? I only see you
I
sitting.
can balance. Yeah, I know. I can definitely balance. I do stand and walk, when I leave.
How you been, man?
I've been good. Been good. How about you?
Doing okay.
Good.
You disappeared yesterday.
I had a Lakeland game.
How was that? How's that going, man?
Good.
The Lakeland Magic.
Good. I love it. I mean, the Lakeland Magic they're 7-7. They won last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going good. Going good. Yeah.
Now you're doing the play-by-play, right?
Yeah. So, I do the broadcast.
Is this your first? Is that your first play-by-play job?
No, I
or
mean,
you did some before,
I did it.
or?
I did it in college,
Okay.
and have worked other play-by-play jobs for sure. No, it's not my first one.
How do you like that compared to being in the studio?
It's very different.
Yeah.
It's very different. I love being in a stadium atmosphere. I mean, like, you're out there. There are people there. I like. It's very different than being here. Like, I think a lot of people compare them as, okay, well, it's one thing, it's another thing. Yeah. They're two completely different jobs in this industry.
I find it very hard to do play-by-play because, sitting here, we do a lot of things off the cuff, but being able to
you know where you're going. You know what's next.
Yes. Yeah. Being able to consciously flip your mind and say what's going on as it's going on. Mm-hmm. Not many people can do it.
No, you have to learn how. You have to learn the proper words, phrases, cutting down on what's not necessary, and you have to have a very good feel for the game. And that's what's fun of it to me. Like I enjoy, like one of my favorite things to do is to do a show in here. It's why I'm here all day. Not the money.
I know Jerry gives you a lot of stress, but do you find this more of like a decompression being here, or do you think that the stress here is kind of equal to doing commentary?
See, like it's so different. Like here for me, like the fun part here is interacting with our listeners, our callers, our texters, and having a sports conversation, a sports debate with Jerry and with Scott. And here it's very much okay. Like you're trying to build, you're kind of building. You're building kind of outward. You're starting at one spot and you're trying to kind of build your way outward in a conversation and get as many people into it as possible. Like I enjoy that, and I enjoy the fact that, okay, I can come in here and I can do whatever I want. Like the fun thing is, like when I come in here, it's a blank canvas and I'm the one painting. I'm Picasso.
Cool.
When I go do a game, they're the ones painting in front of me and I'm trying to tell you what they're doing. It's a little bit different. And you're kind of building upward with a game like that.
Well, props to you, man, because that is definitely not an easy job to do.
No, and I'm still very, very, very far away from being kind of, any good at it, frankly. I mean, which is the fun thing, but...
Who's the one who said the 10,000 hours? Who that quote? You've heard that quote?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Who's the one who said you can master anything if you do 10,000 hours? I try to remember how many hours I'm on here because I don't feel like I'm...
Oh, yeah, it's Malcolm Gladwell, right? Malcolm Gladwell did that, did the book, the 10,000 hour rule, where if you do anything for 10,000 hours, you need 10,000 hours to be an expert, yes.
Gotcha. Well, props to you, man. That's definitely not easy. But so you were gone.
I was.
And we had CC in yesterday, and us, the Kevin Sutton Show crew, we decided to do a end of the year awards, Kevin Sutton Show awards. We only picked the categories, and we picked the nominees. All right. So I'm going to go over that right now with you, and then if you want to amend anything, you can, because you are an official member of the show.
Okay.
So but first, my email is running extremely slow, so let me pull it up really quick here. But so if you have an idea for a category that you want to add, let me know. So first, I'm going to tell you the categories, and then we'll go forth from there. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
So you got biggest surprise. All right, and these were throughout the whole entire spectrum, right? Any sport, any entertainment thing. So we got Kevin picked LeBron going to the Lakers.
Okay.
I picked for Meyer, but I said Eagles winning the Super Bowl. For me, my pick was Pat Mahomes.
That's a good one.
And CC picked Croatia's World Cup run.
Another good one.
Would you like to add?
I have one.
All right.
Loyola Chicago going to the Final Four.
Okay.
No one had Loyola Chicago going to the Final Four. Sister Jean, I got a chance to go to the Final Four and see that team. I would throw that in there as biggest surprise of the year. Probably doesn't win, but no one had Loyola Chicago making it to the Final Four.
Okay. All right. Next one, biggest disappointment. All right. So
I'm sure the Eagles are in here, aren't they?
Well, yes. Eagles is one.
The Vikings are definitely in here. Or is it the Vikings or Kirk Cousins? Which one?
I wrote Des Bryant.
No.
I wrote Des Bryant.
Okay.
I picked for Myra as well because she was not here. I picked the WWE going to Saudi Arabia. And Kevin picked the Patriots not winning the Super Bowl. And then the Eagles were the other pick. So you want to add one? Or
I would put the Minnesota Vikings on this list, the team that I picked to make it to the Super Bowl.
I was hoping
NFC.
You were here yesterday because the first segment, me and CC talked crap about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. By the way, I don't think Kirk Cousins is as bad as everyone is making him out to be. He has definitely not looked spectacular this season. He's 0-7 on Monday Night Football in his career. He has the one win in primetime. I understand that. That entire Vikings team is a chore to watch. And I really think that firing John DeFilippo is going to help this team. It shows a sense of urgency, but also I just think he wasn't a fit in the scheme and the way that they wanted to run that team. They really wanted to be a run first kind of high octane offense type. I mean, like I guess that's an oxymoron, but they wanted to spread the ball around a lot, and I thought there were just some really bad play calls in that Monday Night Football game. That was disappointing.
I got you.
I put the Vikings on that list, though, because they have enough talent to be a 10-11 win team.
Gotcha.
And they're going to win 9 games, 8 games, somewhere around there.
All right, so I also got best game category here, and I picked the Chiefs and the Rams at Monday Night Football game.
Great game.
We get the Dolphins and Pats as well.
Great ending, not a great game.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals and the Super Bowl. And also a couple of fans chimed in. They said Game 4 of the World Series. So
I'm trying to remember Game 4 of the World Series. That was the extra innings game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I do not have one to add there. Those are all very good ones.
Okay, and then I know we do got to go to break. Let's finish this one here.
Okay.
Biggest upset. This is the one we're missing one. They only have at least 4, but UCF over Auburn in the Peach Bowl.
Okay.
I wrote Roman Reigns leaving the WWE. And we also got number 16 UMBC over number 1 Virginia.
Yeah,
so
that was the one that jumped to my mind. There was the 16 over a 1 biggest upset. I'd have to think on that. I'd have to think in terms of this season. I would probably throw. I mean, like, what was it? Utah beat Oklahoma City in the playoffs in the first round. Mm-hmm. That might be one. Maybe throw that in there. But I mean, there weren't really a whole ton of upsets last year. I think you have a good group there.
Okay, well, we'll continue that when we come back. We and hopefully Kevin and Meyer will be here. But it is Wrestling Wednesday, so we will definitely get into some of that slobber knocker action. So keep it locked here, guys. You're listening to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Saying at least one stupid thing per day.
I've been beating the meat, but I ain't never did it in the cooler like you did.
This is the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Oh my goodness. Back at it again, man. Oh, daddy. And I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good. And I'm in the studios with some great people, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad to be here. And I got my man Nick finally back in the seat. It's like vacationing or something. What's up with that?
No, he was working.
I was working, man.
Yeah,
down in
whatever, man.
The corner.
And Phil, you looking all shaved up, man. What's going on, man?
I had a job interview today.
Oh, my goodness.
Yay!
Yes.
I'm looking for some more
So
work.
what is your greatest strength and your greatest weakness?
My mouth.
Both ways.
Yep.
That's my mouth.
Huh.
The mouth has the skill.
You know, I
Well,
asked that question when I interviewed all my aides.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Really?
right.
Is that a great question?
Yeah. What do you think are your biggest strengths, and what do you think is your biggest weakness?
I work hard, and I work hard.
One lady said, "I don't know how to say no."
Mm.
Can I
Did
have
you ask for $1?
Can I have $100?
Should have asked for money.
What's the generic answer? I care too much.
Yeah.
That's it.
I work too hard.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, that is true.
You know,
though.
I actually got fired for working too hard.
Who, your dad fired you?
No,
He didn't fire
not
you.
my dad. No, he's a slave driver. When I was working for a construction company when we were building the
Howard Middle School.
Howard Middle School.
They said, "Slow
And
down, buddy."
Dwight Howard Middle School?
No,
For all his kids?
Is it true what I heard about him? But anyways, I digress.
But they
Go back.
they were like, you're ruining the morale of other workers.
Because you're working too hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I come from a different industry. Like, I don't do the whole
You know,
break
I got
time
criticized
thing.
for that before in my past too. That I do too much.
Yeah.
And that it's making other employees feel insecure, as if I'm trying to beat them or something. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just doing my job.
Productivity, man. Like, hey, they were like extra $50 a week Publix gift card. One, that means chicken and subs. Then it was like, you get that.
He works at Publix and he didn't bring chicken.
Oh, bruh.
You didn't bring a sub?
So,
You didn't bring
$50
a cake?
gift
Hold
card
on,
for
hold on.
Publix.
Cakes. I love Publix cakes, okay? Even if you just bring a slice, okay? All right, go ahead.
$50 gift card to Publix every week for the person that performed the most on each level of the floors that we did.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Let's do it.
all right.
Money motivates
Got
Kevin.
you.
Money motivates me too. When I worked for AT&T, it was the same thing.
Any other person win. And then they did for Thanksgiving, they did a $200 gift card. And then for Christmas, they did a $400 gift card.
What?
So I got every gift card they ever gave out.
Yeah.
That
You
whole
want to hear
entire
the
year.
best?
But
What do
hey,
they do
man.
here to motivate you, Nick?
Don't be mad at me, dog.
Do they do anything financially to motivate you guys?
Here?
Yeah.
I mean, I get a paycheck every 2 weeks. That's pretty motivating.
Oh.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. One time, when I worked for AT&T,
You get a paycheck?
check this out. This
Thought he
is
donates his
amazing.
time.
Most motivating. Publix gift cards. I had a contest at AT&T when I worked for AT&T Cellular, and they said the best salesperson gets a trip anywhere around the world. And they did. I remember when I won my awards dinner, it was a little plane and a globe, and they said, pick where you want to go.
And where did you go?
Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking
So-
of Argentina,
Yes.
we
Wait, you didn't introduce us.
introduced Myra.
I know.
Well,
People
Phil
on
did
there.
all. He did all his.
Ladies and
I'm having a
gentlemen,
good time.
The commissioner is in the building.
Oh, yes.
Commissioner's point of view. What's going on, Myra?
Here's my proclamation for the day.
Daily proclamation.
I just saw.
Bring chicken.
No, cake. You guys are chicken.
Bring
We had this discussion. You guys are ice cream. I'm cake.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just saw the finale of Total Divas. It was a tear watch
Tearjerker.
episode. Yeah. Even though I wasn't a big fan of Natty's dad, but when they went back and they did all that, that was amazing.
How do you
They
feel
did
about them exploiting the death of her father?
Okay,
They're doing that. They're doing that on Monday Night Raw. We'll get into that later.
Oh, they're doing. Oh,
Yeah. But before
on Total Divas, it was tasteful, but I don't know about
No,
what's gonna be.
I'll tell you what they're doing now.
Uh-oh.
But before we get into wrestling, we have to, since Myra is here and Nick is here, we need to add anything to the Kevin Sutton Show end of year awards if we
Yes.
need to. Okay. So before you guys came in and me and Nick were discussing, we have the biggest surprise, biggest disappointment, best game, biggest upset, and Nick, the last two categories we have best player and best team. Okay, so
Can I just say, best player, you put Kevin Durant twice.
that's because it was for you.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We just want to make sure we were reiterating
Yeah.
that it was
Now,
Kevin
is
Durant.
it only related to? I mean,
Any
obviously
sport.
Roman Reigns. Okay, because I don't see John Cena on here.
Why none of us?
I was
feel that
jealous.
he's-
I didn't want to say
John
anything.
Cena wrestled like 2 matches the whole.
I don't
is it?
care. He's still the best.
Not an athlete. He's a wrestler.
Hey, don't
All right,
get Phil upset.
so Nick, we got Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Drew Brees, and Khalil Mack. Is there anybody you would like to add?
Is
Best
this the
athlete?
biggest? This is what best player, right?
Best player, yes.
Best player.
Yes.
Kevin Durant.
I
LeBron
did get
James.
It's a hard one to get like right off the moment. Like I'm
I
like,
did get
Phil,
some-
you got to look at these before you came up with your answers.
Leo Messi.
Okay.
I had that for you.
I
already,
did
man.
get some Mookie bets from listeners. They were saying
Mookie Betts won the AL MVP, right? Like he had an
Yeah.
unbelievable season.
I just
put
like
him
his
on
name.
the list, that's for sure.
I like
Mookie.
his name.
Mookie. It's a
Yeah.
good name, isn't it? It's a great baseball name too.
Yep.
Where's Mookie at? Mookie Wilson. Yeah, that was the bad.
And the last category we had was best team. So we
Go
have
By the way,
Magic.
did you put Kyler Murray in this conversation? Tua Tagovailoa? What about the college kids?
no, we didn't put it.
I would put them in that
No one stepped
conversation.
up.
I
What about
put
the
Tua
Magic?
and I put Kyler in there.
Go Magic.
Okay.
We've met a lot of recently. Kevin and I have been hounded by Magic loyal fans in town.
Oh my
Right?
goodness.
Oh yeah.
I've been
Seriously.
getting bashed. Like I heard you say on the show that Orlando Magic suck. I was like, I didn't say they suck. I just say they don't have a true fan base. I've been born and raised here in Orlando, Florida, and I've been liking them since I was a little boy. Sorry.
He has recently. Yeah, Saturday night, this guy had his ear for how long? Like 30 minutes
Like
on
Really?
the Magic. Yeah.
just reaming me for I'm 12. Reaming me for
Giggity.
giggity for bashing the Orlando Magic. I want us to be the 90s Magic. I'm
It
sorry.
didn't hurt that Kevin and I were guests of the Orlando Magic at the Don Quixote's Award on Saturday.
I tried to hold my mouth.
Giggity.
And
it was
I
hard.
do have an announcement.
Giggity.
Face Dance Team will be performing at halftime at a Magic game.
What song? What
That's
song?
awesome.
Yeah.
What song are you gonna do? What song are
What?
you gonna do?
No, they have a routine. They do.
They should do this. Just, do you want me to slam it? And Meyer comes out.
Cause
Oh,
she's the
no.
pro.
He doesn't know.
Sai, our intern, Myra was in a Shaq video in the early 90s, and she was twerking.
He was twerking
on his Superman Tahoe.
I was not twerking.
She was on the hood.
No, I was not twerking, okay?
And it was the S10 back
And
then.
it was the mid-90s, not the early 90s, okay?
No
When
twerking?
did they win, 95?
They didn't win at
They
all.
made it into the final. They made it to the finals in
finals. We did
95.
not
Yeah,
win.
lost to the Rockets.
Okay.
Blame that on Anderson.
That's when Penny and Dennis Scott and all those guys, right? Yeah, that was it, mid-95. It was not the early 90s, and I was not twerking. And I was a respectable...
Well, it wasn't called twerking yet.
She was shaking.
You guys are idiots.
I would love to see that video, bro. Like,
Don't...
Nick,
no.
can you come back with that song as a rejoin?
I'm looking for it right now. I'm not gonna lie.
But anyway, for best team, we got UCF, Kansas City,
you gotta give it to
France, and Golden State.
I think we should add the Magic. Seriously.
as best team?
Under
Well,
what
I
merit,
mean, look
though?
how we're...
Our
look
best
best guys,
colors?
we were
I love blue.
We were counted out this year. We're running a respectable season. Come on, guys. Honestly.
Just because you sat at the table with the executive director of Orlando Magic.
Politicking already.
I sat beside her and I was like a fact check. You know, like anytime
Oh, really?
she over magicked herself, I was like, bullshit.
Kevin. Nick dumped that.
I think I should, right? I'm
I
not
didn't
sure.
say it completely.
I don't know. I thought it was close enough. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I said Disney cruise.
Ah.
Like so you don't think, yeah. So.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm trying to get
Definitely.
Faith to play for that 76ers game.
Okay.
You know, I think it's coming up in the spring because I have tickets to that game.
Okay. Well,
You know, we'll
do
all
you
have
guys
to
want to
go.
add any categories to, or is that enough? You guys
Can
think
we
that's-
add a wrestling category?
you
I
wanna
think it
add
would be
a
great.
wrestling
Because
category?
he said athlete, and I think some people, like myself and Nick, will dispute.
I just said best
do they
player.
get the? But
No, I think we should do
I think to
best,
make it
either wrestling moment or wrestler or something like that
to
that
make it specific.
because we do have a good group
Wrestling
of people who
fan base.
follow us on, you know, and I think that we would probably get more interaction with that.
All right. So,
and,
so what do you want to do? You want to add best wrestler?
I want to, like, when The Rock and Stone Cold, what year was that? 2090 something.
Oh, but this is only 2018.
Oh.
Yes.
We're capping the year.
Best movie with wrestler in it. That would be The Rock and John Cena. And that
Jumanji,
other guy.
Oh, Rousey did a little movie.
Mile 22, but it's probably really bad.
What's that movie
Right.
that Nick likes that you were like, yeah, that's a good movie. That's a wrestler's in.
There's so many.
Not the one with The Rock.
Talking
Somebody
about
else.
the Marine.
No, the Marine's terrible.
I know.
That
that's why I
one's
said
hard.
that.
Yeah, it's an awful movie.
Ever.
Yeah.
Well,
Never
Oh,
seen
he's
it.
talking about Guardians of the Galaxy with Batista.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Bro, I actually
Incredible
watched it
movie.
when we were on the Disney cruise because
Oh,
I
yeah?
had nothing
That's
else to
a
do.
long
I mean,
movie.
I actually had plenty to do, but I chose to stay in my room.
You made a great decision.
And I watched the Guardian of the Galaxy, the
One and
first
two?
1 and 2. I watched them back
Yeah,
to
they're
back.
both great.
And I actually enjoyed.
a good
Part
movie.
2 was actually hilarious. I enjoyed it. The camaraderie, the
So
stuff
now-
about his
so now
father.
you have to watch
was
Avengers.
strange.
I like
Infinity
when that
I've
alien lady.
seen all the Avengers except for Infinity War, and they did
Oh,
not
we
have
just
that
saw
on the vote.
Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
I did all the Ant-Man.
Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So both.
I did all
I
of
saw
them.
one.
Good.
I did
I
them
fell
both.
asleep.
All right. When we come back, I got to talk about Natty.
Oh, man.
Because Jim Neidhart, he died, what, 2 months ago? 3 months
It's
ago?
about 2. That's why I hate the TV show, man.
Yeah.
You're so delayed.
Yeah, and so the WWE is now, I feel like they're exploiting his death. And we'll talk about that when we get back.
Can we? But seriously, I think we should add a wrestling.
Sure,
moment to
let's
it.
do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
All right.
Stay right there. ESPN has more for you with the crew. Kevin, Myra, my man Dr. Phil, Just Nick, Insight. See you? Someone see you?
Warning, warning, warning. You are listening to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando. You have been warned.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Danger.
Danger.
That's right. Danger. If you're in danger, you know,
Myra, get on the floor. The twerk is right here. Shaq, bring it. Is that how it went down?
I'm not even gonna look at her. Nick, I'm gonna come in there with you.
Anyway, the Kevin Sutton Show is proudly sponsored by Cruz and Pescara, PA, your personal injury attorneys. If you've been in a slip and fall, car accident, Cruz and Pescara, a full-service law firm. You know what we call them, your I-4 lawyers. Offices downtown Orlando, 407-841-0200. Let them know the Kevin Sutton Show sent you, and you'll be well taken care of.
Oh, if you're driving on I-4 right now and you're heading eastbound, don't forget that exit Princeton, Parr, Fairbanks, and Lee Road. You got to get off way early. And
they've included Lee Road now?
Yes.
Wait, what's going on here?
All right, so I-4 headed eastbound.
That's my neighborhood.
So Princeton, Parr, Fairbanks, and Lee Road.
All right.
You have to get on right after Colonial. That's where the exit is now for all four of those.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
after Colonial.
Yep.
Right after
there.
Colonial, you have to get on. They made a new exit
ramp.
a
new ramp. Yeah, that's not new, right? I mean, like that's been going on for a couple of weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
But now they've included Lee Road.
Oh, they've included Lee Road, as we said. Yeah, I've been dealing with that as a person who gets off of Princeton.
So be careful, people, because a lot of people don't realize that, and then they try to rush really quickly over to that right lane.
It's called a turn signal, people.
And then,
and guys, also, I found out I serve on this new board called Metro Plan. So they are the hub for all transportation in the state of Florida. Turnpike, Sunrail.
Inside knowledge here. Let's go.
Unfortunately, do you guys know that I-4 is the most deadliest highway in the country?
Yep. And it doesn't surprise me one least bit.
No, it's absolutely insane.
And I bet it's not even close.
But
I know one person that has had 4 car accidents on I-4.
Wow.
It's
just crazy. It is a very dangerous highway. And right now, the ultimate, that's going on, that's what the project is called, which is supposed to be completed in 2021. You have to be extra careful, people.
I'm going to take the over on that bet. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm going with the over.
Taking the over.
The only ultimate I want is the public sub ultimate.
Oh, it's so good.
Do you know that there's a project called Beyond the Ultimate?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What are we going to do? Spink a sky rail?
No,
Wasn't that the Buzz Lightyear friend?
Head up by Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity and beyond.
No, it's the chapter of I-4 that goes all the way to Daytona Beach, and then it goes
after me.
beyond Disney back to 27. So, yeah.
All right. Well, it is Wrestling Wednesday. We were speaking about Natty Neidhart. And unfortunately, her father did pass away a couple of months ago. And Meyer, you said you just watched the season finale of Total Divas, and you said, "Is that
it was tastefully done."
Is that when they talked about it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and
what happened?
It's interesting because suddenly, in the beginning of the show, her dad has Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I think we all kind of knew because he had like dementia. Or something.
And so it doesn't. It's the show starts off with my daddy. You know how she always calls him daddy. Always.
Yeah.
He ordered the same pair of sneakers like 3 times, and we've just found out that daddy has Alzheimer's, and I'm scared that I may carry the gene. So she gets tested, the DNA.
Yeah.
She doesn't carry the gene, and then it does the whole show, and then it goes. I get a call from my sister at 7 a.m. and says he's gone, and then they go into it. Now the tribute was very nice.
Yeah.
What they did for him, I guess, and they cremated him.
Okay.
Very quickly. But he was very active in the show, and so there had to be a big split from when they did the show to him dying, or how they brought that in at the end.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But I do remember. I think it was it SummerSlam?
Okay.
Where she wore his jacket.
It might have been
out onto the stage, and everybody went crazy. So up until that point, I thought the only thing that I thought was weird was her husband, TJ, was not really part of her grieving process. Like the Bella twins were, Daniel Bryan, all these people were a part of her, like when she came back after the funeral, how they were there for and stuff. But TJ was like non-existent in this whole episode.
That's weird. Maybe they just edited him out.
Okay. Because, he used to hang out with them a lot.
Well, he was trained by them.
Yeah.
Natty and TJ, they were childhood friends.
I doubt if it was edited out. Which
but he
makes
seems
sense.
like a weird personality.
He seems very strange to start with. And when you're that strange, maybe you grieve a different way anyhow.
Yeah.
Well,
he's not under contract with WWE anymore, so.
Oh, he's done? I
he's
thought
not
he was
doing
coming back and doing a couple things. I know, but
no,
like
where he's like
commentating.
He might be an agent, but he's
like an agent.
Active roster. So, that may be one of those issues. But let me ask you a question. So, if you're Natty, and let's say I'm Vince McMahon, I come to you and I lay down the storylines that I want to move forward, okay? And the storyline that I'm telling you is about to happen is, hey, I know your dad recently passed away, but I want to exploit his death. So I want to have these other wrestlers come out and talk trash about your dad.
No.
And I want to I want them to break his glasses. I want them to put his face over a table and smash the table, and I want that to happen. And I want you to get on there on Raw and tell me how you feel.
Are you kidding?
How would you guys take that if you were
Stop right now, bro?
I hope you lose all respect for her at this point.
I'm still possibly going to marry her if you don't become the mayor. But
What?
I accidentally got called mayor in an official meeting today.
You know you
So-
like that though, right? You like
she's going to leave me for John Cena. I got to have options too, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So this is,
Wow.
I hope this is not true.
it's true. This just happened.
No.
Done watching wrestling, if that's what happened.
Yeah, man. So they're
Because this is
Why?
like a very sensitive moment. So I can understand you want to share it. You want to
He was
allow
a
people because he was a
legacy.
part of, I mean, there's a legacy factor of there. So I can see how you want to intertwine his life into it. But I think more of a tribute, not as a.
I agree. I mean, but this isn't the first time they've done that.
Remember Dusty Rhodes? It was. I mean,
They
I damn near cried at the NXT. That was actually I did break a couple tears when they played the videos.
But they didn't do that to Dusty Rhodes though. So they did it with Eddie Guerrero. They exploited his death. They even had Randy Orton talk to Rey Mysterio and say he's in hell.
Wow.
They did it with Paul Bearer when Paul Bearer
I remember
died.
the Paul Bearer when he died. That was strange.
With CM Punk and the Undertaker, they exploited that. So this isn't new, but I really don't like that. I mean,
Why? I mean, is Vince McMahon like complete evil?
he has.
Where you at on this, dog? I mean, hit us up, son.
Yeah.
Pass him that there, Meyer. Pass him that there. He's a wrestling fool.
How you feel about that, Si?
I mean, yeah, it's messed up, but still, I feel like she had to like maybe suspect it or something. Maybe it's like a thing in the contract or something. Like,
I definitely know they spoke about it. I'm sure
That
it
is a
didn't.
hell of a clause in the contract.
That is shameful. First of all, that is
I
shameful.
definitely. But you know what? Right now, this is where I'm at.
All right.
This whole Ronda Rousey situation, where Natty feels like she's like not getting the limelight that she deserves. She's been hiding under the shadow of the Bella twins forever, even though she's more talented than both of them combined.
Yeah.
I put her and Charlotte should be
Close to each other. Yes.
very close to each other and be the more of the heads because they're not twins. Look at that. Never seen a twin before. That
Well, you don't see it in wrestling, though, Kevin.
I'm just saying that factor seems to push a little bit more. And the reason why you don't see it in wrestling as much is because it's a closed niche situation where they don't let people in. It's like the mafia. But I'm sure there's twins that are out there that could do the same thing. But when you look at that, this gives her an opportunity to her social media gets pulled up like crazy.
You mean like
her tags get
But is
her
that-
tags.
Is she willing to sell her soul out like that for this?
She
Come
already
on.
did, right? That's
Well,
they're already
I mean,
doing it on TV.
I mean, but did they really need her permission, or did they have rights to his name already?
They do own the Jim Neidhart trademark, but that's his real name. If that makes any sense.
Oh, okay. So
They own his likeness.
So did she have any say so in this?
I would agree so. I mean, if they said that to me, you could be like, hell no. You know what I mean?
Like, do we call as Court Bauer available?
I'd have to ask, but like this is
so it's horrible.
Can you send him a text right now?
He's busy
if this
right now.
you're
they're
telling me
doing
this
it?
is true, I've lost complete respect for that episode of Total Divas where she idolized him and praised him and all that, and then allowed this to happen.
Because I broke down a little bit. I mean, I just lost my mom. I guess it's going on 2 years now. And it's kind of hard. Like certain things you see on TV or certain topics or a show that my mom really liked, or like, driving down the road and I see her favorite spot. It was, going things like that. I can say there's moments that that will never leave you. But her life is wrestling. Her father's life was wrestling. So in that environment, it's like all her dad. And to disgrace it with something like that just seems like a little bit too much that you'll have to live with.
Yeah, let's
go
to
break
more because there's been so many other wrestler deaths.
I'm sure someone's mad.
You ever get that feeling? You know that creepy feeling that somebody's watching you? That somebody's been licking your windows? Well, it's probably Kevin Sutton. You're listening to The Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando.
All right. Is it possible that Natty is getting the payoff of a lifetime? Let us do this to your father's legacy, and we will give you the belt.
That's trash.
Wouldn't that be a...
She's already had the belt.
No. She hasn't had it in a while.
That's trash, though, man.
That's trash.
What?
Trash.
Look, Kevin.
Trash?
I'm going to buy you a new car if you let me talk crap about your mom.
I'm just saying, I think this is this is the only thing that makes sense. I mean, in the world of, I know it's fake, I love that when they watch the matches, like, oh my goodness, who's going to win? Oh. Like, they all know. Stop doing that to us.
Oh my gosh, she's so talented. Look at her.
So, Nick, in the world of, it's all fake anyhow, you already know who's going to win.
Right.
How about this is all a ploy for us to get all hyped about it, and she's actually going to be in this story, her coming back to fight for her father's legacy and purify it to what it should be.
That's what they're already
and she's going to go and beat all these other people.
That's what they're doing now with Ruby Riott. That's why she brought it up. But it's I think it's an incredible poor taste. But sorry, Nick.
No, I mean, like, that's kind of where I was headed with that. Yeah, I mean, like,
it's horrible.
Because she has to be, like, Ruby, she fights Ruby. Ruby doesn't have the title right now.
No, Ronda doesn't. Ronda ain't letting go of that.
Ronda Rousey has it?
Yeah.
I thought Alexis.
You're behind.
Oh, she lost it already?
She got it back?
Yeah, she lost it to Ronda. Yeah, Ronda whooped her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't it be Natty's dad just died?
Look at that. FYI, Ronda has the belt.
I already I written that a while ago. So Natty's dad passes away. Boom. The Hart family winds up back on top in a sense. And they push Natty because they've been grooming her with Ronda. They've been pushing her. The Bella twins are falling apart.
Okay.
What better thing than this person that's been sitting there as a heel for the past, 4 years?
But as a writer for WWE, they got a huge staff of people, of writers. But as a writer, why does that have to be the avenue that you have to take to be able to push Natty?
We haven't been talking about Natty for a while. She's not the party girl. She's not the little English girl.
So we're going to exploit the death of your
English
father?
girl is hurt.
That's real life.
Capitalism, brother.
But that's real life. Like, that will be forever.
So you're mad about this, but you're not mad about the guy saying brother?
I was mad about that. What are you talking about,
Did
Kevin?
you stop watching wrestling?
Huh? I stopped talking about Hulk Hogan.
But now you're okay?
No.
Brother and brother. When he said the brothers, they erased him from wrestling and brung him back. And now he's here like nothing ever happened. He still said brother.
He did.
And now we're mad about Natty's.
Natty's, hold on.
But they didn't bring it up in storyline.
Natty has always been a quality athlete. Probably one of the best. But unfortunately, she doesn't get the play she should get. She's kind of like a little frumpy as much as they try to sexy her up. She just doesn't have it. But she's underrated.
Compared to the rest, I definitely would say they don't make her the sexiest of the group.
She tries, but it's hard to happen.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the Nia Jax thing. Anyway.
All right.
We'll save that for another show.
I don't know, man. It's just, I feel that it's an incredibly poor taste, especially with the state of what Raw's going to. They've had their lowest ratings in history.
Aren't we going to Raw?
We are.
Okay.
But we're going because of you.
Okay.
And we're going. We got them good seats. Look, Myra, the only reason why I want to go, I want the free food and the open bar.
Oh wait, we got an extra ticket here or what?
Free food.
This come from the guy who
I'll watch
hates.
fake wrestling for free food and open bar. Wait a minute.
Nick's like, oh yeah, I'll wear my T-shirt.
Yeah, I'll get my Roman Reigns T-shirt out. I don't care.
I'm wearing my John Cena shirt and hat that night.
Yeah, there we go.
And my towel.
But Raw the past few weeks has been historically terrible.
Monday
It's
Night
been-
Raw?
yes,
Really?
it's
It's been that bad?
Yeah.
It's
Was
been-
it because of Monday Night Football, though?
No, they always try to use that excuse.
Yeah, that's a good excuse, but
No.
it's
It's a
not
great excuse.
Not gonna work right now.
They always try to use that excuse. I even pulled up a clip, but I don't know, Nick, if you had it. But
Oh, I've not done my job here. My bad.
well, don't worry about it then.
You're fine.
Don't worry about it. But like,
It's I haven't done my job.
even they even brought it into storyline, saying that it was part of Baron Corbin. But essentially, Vince McMahon was, or the writers were talking to Vince McMahon. They're saying you're doing these stupid storylines, and like you're having people pee on stuff, urination as toilet humor. You're having you're the talent that we have on this roster is so great, and you're resorting to like childhood humor stuff, and it's like not good.
I have it if you want it.
Okay, if you can play from 57
Yeah,
seconds,
no doubt.
Okay,
Seth Rollins here.
yes.
Okay,
That's sad.
I can't wait for this.
Snap your fingers. You're going to fire me, fire your entire roster. Is that what's going to happen? You don't even know what to... Look, that roster, that locker room back there, that is some of the most talented men and women that Monday Night Raw has ever seen. And you've got no idea what to do with it. Here's an example. You've got a tag team, an amazing tag team like the Revival, who should be competing for the Raw Tag Team titles, and you've got them in Lucha House Rule matches. Every single decision that you've made is to mask your insecurities, Corbin.
Okay, so change Corbin to McMahon.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're doing.
Man,
So-
I can't believe they wrote that for Seth Rollins. Wow.
exactly. So I mean, this is what's the ratings have been the lowest they've ever been, like ever.
What are they?
Lower
Lower than
under
Bella
2 million.
Twins?
Yeah, because before they were pushing 4.
Yeah, so something's got to change, man. I mean, especially with them.
But
going to
doesn't
Fox
wrestling go in a wave of generationals of
seasons?
Not just seasons. I'm saying generational type. Like I'm saying as in like 5 years and 10 years, ups and downs because people aging out.
But, also, I mean, we're talking about decades and decades of storylines that where do you go to now?
Yeah, they've done everything.
Yeah.
It's like The Simpsons.
Simpsons did it,
You
but
know?
the Simpsons has been
Or
the
South
ratings
Park.
have gone bad too.
I don't think they're anywhere close to what they used to be. Are they even on anymore?
Yeah, of course. What are they on their 30th season?
I don't know. So what do we do to revitalize wrestling? We need another John Cena or another Rock or another Steve Cold.
my thing that
Stone Cold.
they should have done. I know we got to get out of here, but they shouldn't have put all their eggs in one superstar. You have so many other talented guys on the roster that you can invest in.
But that's historically what they do.
But no, they didn't, because back in the day, you had two. You had The Rock, you had Austin, you had Mick Foley, and you had Triple H.
That's
those
four.
four dudes. I'm talking about The Rock and Austin were their main guys.
Oh, okay.
But you had those four guys
That's true, though.
That
kicking it. But
everybody rooted for it, so you didn't know where you were going to be at every week.
But now they put all their eggs in the Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns is gone. So now your number one superstar is gone. Brock Lesnar comes in and out whenever he wants.
John Cena's like, peace.
John Cena's gone. So like, well, now what do? So now you have no star power. People aren't tuning in. So that's why your ratings are bad. So my thing is to invest in the superstars you have now. Stop getting the part-timers come in. Don't have The Rock come back. Don't have Triple H come back. Don't have Chris Jericho come back. Invest in the people you have now and make those guys superstars. Give them value. So
You heard it right here. Phil Stradamus.
yes.
I hope that's a futuristic proclamation right there, my friend. The Kevin Sutton Show in the crew, always out here doing what we got to do. Hit us up. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all under the username Kevin Sutton Show. All action all the time on ESPN 580 Orlando.